Hi there, I'm Superfets, and this is going to be a Reconquista achievement run done on very hard. I've already done the achievement many patches ago, so it's not something I can do get again. However, there was a thread on Reddit the other day asking how to do the Reconquista on patch 1.22, and there were a lot of suggestions in the chat, but it seemed nobody knew about this exploit. And that surprised me because it was one I had used quite often in the previous patch. It's one that I saw discussed amongst some other streamers and people who do YouTube, and just people who are active on the forum, so I thought it was well known. So I didn't really see a point in doing anything with it because I just thought it was understood. However, it looks like it wasn't. And so the exploit is that any Sunni nation can become a Ming Tributary day one. And once you become a Ming Tributary, you're pretty much immune to people declaring wars on you through normal means. So what we do, and what you want to do, is if you're going to do this as Granada, they're Sunni. Because you are a Sunni nation, map reveal, map discovery, terra incognita, whatever you want to call it, is based on tech group. Okay, so every Sunni country can see Ming. Ming can't see you. He doesn't have vision of us. So we get the neutral. It will be neutral to him basically, or he'll be neutral to us. Europe does not know he exists right now. Eastern tech countries do not know he exists. Just all these Indian countries do not know we exist. It's just because of religion. Okay, Coptics do not know we exist. All right. So any Sunni nation can become a tributary day one. Now, I just restarted until this was a green check mark. It's a very weird and strange thing. You can load into a new game, and this can be a red check. You won't have any strategic interest in you. And you can't become a tributary of him. I just restarted until it was green. However, there isn't really a need to restart. If you just wait a little bit, usually around December, if this is red, it'll flip to green and he'll accept you. So if you don't want to restart, you don't have to really fish for starts. I just think that since I'm doing this for YouTube, I just prepared it ahead of time. But there's nothing fishy about it or anything. You can just wait, and this will work with anybody who can make tributaries. So if you're looking for a little more activity with your overlord, if you're, I don't know, doing Najd or something, and this is on very hard also, so the force limits are actually going to be a little more powerful. It's a bit like the Timurids is actually a much better nation on very hard than he would be otherwise. The Ottomans are still terrifying, but that's, you know, another story. So if you're doing like a Najd run, not only could you become a tributary of Ming, you could become a tributary of the Timurids probably pretty easily if he didn't see you as hostile. So that's something to consider. But today we're going to focus on Granada. So once we become a tributary, which we will do right now, and we will let some time pass. We're now a tributary state of Ming. So what this does, and I've done 2 runs of this on stream, one on very hard, one on normal yesterday. The very hard, I learned something, and it ultimately collapsed the run because I didn't realize it was even possible. So I wanted to do a new run just to explain it. And then I did one on normal because I thought doing it on very hard was going to be tedious and it was going to be interesting to watch. However, the more I played it, the more I realized I was just going to be bored doing it on normal. So we're back on very hard. And I also didn't really do a good job of explaining the exploit on the second attempt. And so since I was doing it mostly for YouTube, I wanted to really explain what was going on. So this is a fresh run, and I'll probably take it to my stream eventually. So it'll be there. But for this explanatory part, I want to just focus on that, right? So we're now a tributary of Ming. So what can happen, what's going to happen, is he's going to send us a bunch of tributary demands. We're going to get events that can raise or lower his opinion of us. and some other events that are actually very powerful that actually give us a bunch of stability, which I was surprised by, which are happening quite frequently. It was a very nice bonus. What we can't let happen is we can't let his opinion and trust of us drop. Okay? He has the ability to cancel tributary on us, okay? He can tell us he's not interested in us being a tributary anymore. It happened in my first very hard run. I'd never seen it happen before. I'm unsure of why it happened. I believe it was because I let my opinion of him get too far. I thought that since he couldn't see me, it didn't matter. And so I just let my opinion of him drop, and I shouldn't have. And at that point, a bunch of people declared war on me, and I lost land I didn't want to lose, and that was that. So, if you're doing this yourself, keep your opinion of him high, keep your trust of him high, and you'll be safe. One of the reasons why this is so powerful is when the AI calculates going to war, they view you as a subject of Ming. They don't differentiate between tributary, vassal, march, whatever. They just see you as a subject. For all they know, you're a colonial nation. Like it doesn't register to them that Ming is not actually in a position to defend you. So the AI will not declare war on you. As we'll see, truce is up with Castile, and the problem with the Re-Reconquista run is Castile. They're the ones that are going to declare war on you. They're the ones that they're going to take the Re-Reconquista mission. And so once our truce is up, you'll see Castile won't declare on us. So that'll give us a lot of time to do some things. What we want to happen, this is really good, but we want people to go after Tlemcen. We want Morocco to go after Tlemcen, and we want to start making claims on Tlemcen pretty much as fast as we can, which we're going to do right now. We want to get a claim on Dara. We're also going to ally Morocco and Tunis, and we're going to hope that we can call them in for land here. We are going to get up to force limit. We are also going to put our merchant here for another 10% in Sevilla. There's a lot of money here. And we are going to also collect in Genoa. It's only going to be a small amount of ducats, but I believe it's going to be more than pushing from, say, Tunis or Safi. So that's what we're going to do. Once we get more of Sevilla controlled and expanding these other nodes, then we'll focus on pushing into Sevilla. We might even move to Genoa at some point. So there's that. Our rival, I'm not going to rival anybody yet. We'll rival someone before this, but one of the quirks of Very Hard is you have to be very careful with your diplomatic game. You don't have a lot of leeway in bonuses to get alliances, and so you want to use those sparingly. So what we have here, none of these. We'll take this just in case we get the 100 admin. Let's see what we can do with our estates now. The emirs are already in control and in power. We're going to make them give us a general right off the bat. I could call a diet, but again, not super worth it. And I believe I can't rip this away until next year, yeah. We'll probably do that, honestly, but the other thing we're going to do is we're going to focus mill. I want to get... This is dumb. This is pretty good, though. Not useful right now, but it is what it is. We're going to focus mill, and we're going to try to stay up on tech. We're probably going to have to dev at some point. If you're doing this on Very Hard, perfect. If you're doing this on Very Hard, some things you can do to save money. You can delete this fort. If you get attacked, it's game over anyway. That fort is not going to do it. It's just going to cost you money. So that is one way to stay in the red. Yeah. So what we want to do now is we get a claim on this guy. Allied with Morocco is really unfortunate. It's definitely not what we want to happen. That's okay, though. We'll find some ways around that. We are going to royal marry these people. So this is going to be a little bit slow, and this is the other reason why I didn't want to do this on stream, is because this is a lot of waiting around for interesting things to happen, right? I could restart here until these guys don't ally each other. They don't always ally each other, but I don't think there's a lot of a reason to. We are on very hard, right? Maybe we aren't. No, we're on very hard. We're fine. Okay. 533, excellent. That is a well above average air. We will take advantage of that when we can. 17k. So we can't really fight any of these people on our own. Morocco has 25k, Tunis has 20-some k, Tlemcen has almost 20k. And the fact that Morocco and Tlemcen are allied together is troublesome. However, and they're allied with Tunis, so they're all allied with each other. Okay, so what's going to happen at some point? Portugal's going to declare war on Morocco, or Morocco's going to declare war on Portugal. So we're going to try to take advantage of that. We're also going to watch for being able to declare war on Portugal. What we want to happen is we want to get closer to the Ottomans. So we want that to happen. We want to be able to get an alliance with the Ottomans. The Ottomans are going to be our best friend, and as you can see, the distance between borders is the biggest malice here. It's 41. Now, all that other stuff is currently, holding us back too. However, we are going to get bigger. We will improve our navy, all of that, so we will be able to overcome a lot of those things. The other kind of goal of this run, and you don't have to do this, I think it's the best way to gain power, and this is to go exploration here. You don't have to. A standard influence diplomatic bonus would be fine, but you're in such a great position to eventually control a lot of trade over here. I think it makes perfect sense to want to do this. Go exploration and colonize with Granada. So right now we're just going to wait. If you're doing this on normal, the strategy you want to do is you want to get in on Tlemcen. This is great. So Morocco this is exactly what we want. We're going to be able to call Morocco in again in 5 years. This is what I was hoping would happen. We'll be able to just gang up on him, and you'll see pretty much the strat that I would use if I wasn't doing this with the Ming exploit. We're going to be basically come to Tlemcen. We want to eat over to these guys, and we want to try to get in here before they can become a vassal, but it probably won't happen. It might be possible to come before they become a vassal of Mamluks, but once you get here, and even if you get in a position where you're threatened by the Mamluks or able to rival the Mamluks, that's going to help you fight or get the Ottomans on your side even more. We also are hoping that Castile at some point rivals France, and France rivals Castile. We would love a French alliance. But if that doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. The fact that Aragon and France are allied is good for us. We don't want the Iberian wedding to happen. So we're going to wait 5 years. We're going to get as many claims on this as we can. And we will call our two buddies here into war. We will move our troops over here first because we want to siege some stuff down. We're probably going to have to promise them land, and frankly, we don't want to give them any land. So what we may do is we'll either choose one to give land to, and then we'll eat the other, or we'll screw both of them. I'm not sure. We'll probably abandon Morocco. Morocco's the more valuable land. It has a gold mine. Tunis is going to at some point ally the Ottomans, almost positively. So there's really not a whole lot to whole lot of reasons. So what I'm going to do here, this will put me over this, okay? But I want military support, all right? Now we've waited long enough that I can. Which one of you had the emirs? Was it you? Yeah, it was you. All right. So I can just pull this from the emirs now. They're going to be unhappy with me. That's fine. We don't have a lot of. We're not spending a lot of money anyway. I'm going to give you to the Olima. We're going to go through the same kind of buttons. We want the 15 influence. We'll make a generous donation, and we will demand administrative support. That's great. Now we can actually leave that here a little bit. That's fine. We're going to grant monopoly charters also. I want to get to 1 stability. So, and in a year, we'll maybe pull those away. I don't know. The extra tax is honestly going to be pretty nice for this. So, I really just wanted the mill to try to get an advantage to get the Tech 4 a little bit sooner. But, I mean, we have 5 years here, so if Tunis goes in on him on his own first, that's great for us too. We can come in with Morocco for land. He's got claims on all of this stuff, or he views it as a strategic interest. We can check in this window. This is kind of what you want to do to see what land the AI values in this little window here, diplomatic feedback. So he views all of this as a strategic interest. He would come in for land with this. Tunis, vital interest. So let's get our piety up. I wanted to play around with a low piety run, but frankly, low piety when you have to fight just doesn't work. Just you want your morale, you want your forts to withstand a little bit better. So you need to take those advantage. Low piety is very strong though if you can figure out a situational use. All that tax, all that technology, just great. Excuse me. Could also stop paying my troops because we're going to have 5 years of not needing them, so that'll let us make a ducat. Also speed for it. We're going to have to keep paying those tributes to Ming, that's okay. So what month are these guys? August of 1450, okay. Did Morocco rival them, I wonder, or just break the alliance? We'll rival them just before. And this is great, this is fantastic. We may be able to go in on him ourselves. We'll monitor the situation. Let's get a claim on this as soon as we can. So, what we don't want to happen is go in too soon and have this stack of 17 come and fight us. And we want it nice and weak, right? I don't need this. This is not that important now. Now, I want to go in on him, but again, very hard. Not that I need Morocco here, it's just I want him a bit weaker. Let's get access ahead of time. We'll use Morocco as our staging area, so we have to do some sort of an amphibious assault. What's our general like? Alright. Not stupendous. Hopefully they go over here and fight soon, then we can just come right on this fort and wait. But still too many troops for us to fight effectively. Now what would be nice is if he just takes this and we can get into here. That would be great. Then what we want to happen is Portugal and Morocco to fight, so we could jump on Morocco through some other means. Truce with Castile is up. He could attack us anytime. He has the Re-Reconquista mission. We'll see how that goes. This is, again, exactly what we want. Once this fort falls... I'm gonna start paying our troops. Island Wanderer is going to come on and guide us to victory. I use a couple music mods that add music from EU3 and Crusader Kings and Hearts of Iron, so use a couple different mods. All my mods are just cosmetic or musical. They don't change the checksum at all. feel comfortable attacking now with him over here. These guys are going to start to fight. And we'll go for this. I would rather have this, but that's not possible right now. Alright, so let's come over here to... I guess it doesn't matter a whole lot. Let's keep the emirs kind of happy. This is all undone. I want to get this stuff sieged down right here. This fight is going to be funny. This is a little scary. We need to get these things sieged down ahead of time, because I need to get at least this so I can attack into these guys, right? Now we're just going to hold this fort. Hopefully Tunis and Tlemcen fight on this fort some more. They should. Need this to come down here and siege this. Can't get here until this fort's down. But again, the important thing is this. We want to be able to get in on Lazab here. And I'm actually going to start building a spy network on them right now. So if I get just these, even these like 4 provinces here, that'd be good enough, because that would give me more places to expand into. Hopefully they fight soon. You should. That's a fight Tunis should be able to win, yeah. We're gonna have to watch. This could get tense. Now he should retreat to here or here. These are the open provinces. Oh, excellent. He's going to get his army wiped, so we're going to be absolutely fine. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to take one dude, and we're going to use our navy. Come up here and blockade. But we're going to get a troop right here. We're going to siege that down. Just so we have possession. Oh, this is even better. Good. Let's retreat, retreat, retreat. I don't want to lose my navy here. So, you know, unfortunately we didn't get this, but now we basically just have a free lunch here, right? Doubt he has the force limit now to build enough, but I would still like to get over here and get this, but with the navy situation being what it is, he has galleys and I don't, so we can speed forward at this point though. I also know, well, I'll still keep getting my network on him right now. No reason not to. I get a little bit high, I'll get a siege bonus, so that'll help speed this up since we're on the coast. He's getting a blockade bonus. So the next thing we want to happen is we want Morocco to fight Portugal. Allied to Tunis though, so it's going to take a little bit longer for these guys to get broken up. I'll help. I'll share Morocco's opinion of me. I mean, you know, whatever. If we could get this high enough, we could actually make him not hostile towards us. This changes everything, but Portugal is honestly one of the countries we want to attack as soon as we can. Hopefully all the Iberians start fighting each other and we can take advantage of a weak Portugal. That would be great. Just blockade, that's, yeah, not frustrating right there, but what can you do? Alright, now we can stop this. Maybe let's try to tell the Ottomans. Ooh, I would rather have my prestige positive. We got a breach, fantastic. Let's improve relations with Tunis. Tunis is the important one. I want to beat Morocco at some point, so... We'll see just one last province. We'll be at 100% and 99%. That. Now, taking him as a vassal might not be a bad idea, but we need Mizab down here, right? Who's done well for himself, I might add. Now, the nice thing about this is this province is probably the second most one to get after this one or this one. It has cloth. It is just dry land, so only a 5% development cost. And with this, it's actually, you save 5%. So when you dev for Renaissance, which you're probably going to have to do, this province is the one you want to dev. It's not quite in the ideal size range, but with all of the other, everything else as mountains. All of your other provinces are mountains, literally. So this is an arid province with cloth, so it is fantastic. Court. Should I let this tick down first? How much is it? How much am I increasing coin cost by? Let me do the math quickly. 10%. I mean, not that much. We're fine. Let's just get it fast. Speedy Gonzales. Now I will keep this fort, but we are going to turn it off. Tunis. That's unfortunate. We don't want the Tunisian alliance to break. Too late. He's hostile. That is that. But again, that's okay. We will improve with Morocco now, because we're going to want to use Morocco to beat up Tunis. But allied with the Ottomans are a real problem, so unfortunate, but that's how this goes early on. We will rival Portugal, we will rival Mizab. Portugal is one of the earlier targets we want to take too. But unfortunately, since we're on very hard, we're going to have to pick and choose our fights. We're not going to be able to jump on somebody, just anybody, you know. We can stop completely with Tunis for now. It might stop being hostile towards us, but frankly it doesn't matter. And we will hit this button. It's kind of cheap. And we're going to go eat Mizab. Let me just double check their army though, so I don't run into a buzzsaw. 6,000 with the... Probably in his capital, Mizab, so I'm just going to go here, but his troops are probably here. They aren't. That's strange. Or were they? We're Tech 4, he is not. We can stop paying for this. Split up. Should win this fight, no problem. Rebels are a slight problem, but what should happen is they should walk into Tunis. So, Oh, let me put this down a little bit. It might siege this other stuff down, but that's okay. So we've locked, and our rebel exporting strategies are starting to working gloriously. Now I could vassalize Mazab and I'd have a war with Tunis, but I'm not in a position to fight Tunis at this point. It will fight our rebels for us, so that'll be great. It won't work with the Mazab rebels, we'll have to fight those ourselves. What do I want to do with my diplomat? Let's go ahead and get some claims on Tunis. What we'd like to happen now are enough wars to get involved that the Ottomans would not join. Maybe have the Tunis lose this alliance. Fight the Iberians would be good. But again, we have our province to develop. We could do it in Granada if we had to. It's not optimal. Cost of development, I mean, this is just 82 to develop this. Well, let's look at one that's comparable size, right? 6 dev, 8 dev, so just 47 right now, and that's without some modifiers that we could get, like an edict. So with 75 to dev these other things, so. Problematic right there. Matter of fact, I don't want Tunis getting anything. I want all of this land to myself. Our war exhaustion's a little high, but it's okay. We're not going to be taking land for a short little while, so probably anyway, which is unfortunate, but once this settles down, we'll have a much wider run. We could also do some no CB wars. There's some interesting people to no CB now. That could give us fights against other people. Really tributarying things up over here. It's kind of interesting. We'll keep an eye on these things over here. Orthodox countries, Serbia and Bosnia may honestly be not terrible. If Kosovo is here, I'd consider it. Ireland is also an option, but we cannot afford. The problem with the no CB war is you get 45 aggressive expansion in the immediate area, and on very hard. That's, I mean, we just wouldn't be able to survive the coalition. We're gonna go unsiege this stuff first before we piece these guys out. Just because I want more of this stuff cored. This is not going to be a lot too cored, but I would like to do it Kind of all at once. Let's also make sure you are all countries of special interest. It's important if we're doing this, that we see who's going to be fighting who and where we can take advantage of things. Portugal making claims on us. Not really a problem. As long as we stay a tributary of Ming, we are absolute golden. And I will hit speed 4 while we let this play out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer anything that you guys need to know. The whole point of me doing this is to interact more with the community and try to pass on some of the things that I know. So... and feel bad to stop by my stream. I stream 5 days a week. Usually, sometimes on Fridays and Saturdays, but not often. And usually not U4 when I do it on Fridays and Saturdays. But my schedule is linked below. Or somewhere on YouTube. I think. Check now. So what we really want to happen are these guys start fighting. Aragon with Castile and France, like that would be just great to do that. England fighting France would be really good too. Once this stuff's finished coring, I don't think it's going to matter, honestly. There. Alright. So that is a pretty good Granada start, I would say. Much better than the other ones I've done. We now have a much better land base. We have a great province to develop. It'll save us points in the long run. We can stop... yeah, we can stop paying this fort for the moment. And that should keep us in the positives. Great. We're going to have some rebel problems. Not a ton, though. 11 Mozabite. Might have to get our force limit up a little bit, which we can do. Yeah, we're going to have rebel problems here, and I don't really want to drop... I really don't want to drop raise autonomy. I could if I needed to. But... not a huge deal. We're going to need to start getting tech soon, too. So... It's probably a kind of a good thing we don't have a lot of places to expand into. Now, we've expanded into pretty much everywhere we can, right? That's probably a good thing. Let's make sure we keep this. That is going to be super important. Let's improve relations with France, just in case. We're going to get threatened by Castile, I believe, at some point. 91, it's a lot, but we'll see. A little surprised the Burgundian inheritance has not happened yet. What are you? you. We'll also get claims on Fezzan. Once the Ottomans and the Mamluks fight, we might be able to jump on the Mamluks. We'll place a bet that they spawn here in the mountains. Really need to get a real king.